Oh, cheers.
Caffeine.
Well, mine's decaf. Can't handle the caffeine these days, man.
I've been craving this.
Whoop, whoop.
Sweet nectar.
Oh, mate. That's what you need. First one of the day. Although for you, it'd be first one of the...
I don't know what
it
is.
How many hours?
I don't know. I didn't play football yesterday. I don't know how I did it.
I don't know how you did it.
I tried to get sent off. They wouldn't send me off, no.
I did see you. I messaged you going, go to bed, Alex. Go to bed.
Yeah, no.
This is a really cool setup you've got here, man.
Yeah, I know. It's all right. I'm really
good.
proud of myself. I mean, the roof's a bit...
Well, don't point that out. I didn't even see it. Look up, man. Looks good.
Acoustics, it's all right.
Yeah, come in here and lay down some tunes.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Danielle, you look beautiful.
Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. I have tried this morning. I have tried. I've been out for a walk already. Got my steps up.
So what we've got quite exciting one because you're with me to at least 11.
Yeah.
See how we go. But instead of we've got this kind of 20 minutes now before our first guest, which is Gary Sutcliffe from CPSL Minds, to kind of set the scene. But I think it's a good opportunity to set the scene for the year rather than the day.
I love that. Yeah.
Because it's been right now. So this is where I'm at, right? So I had, where did we start? So at 6 a.m. we started in terms of guests coming on, and the conversation has been stitching together really nicely around forward motion, acting with purpose, just giving people your time, but with a subtle hint of protect yourself.
Oh,
which is
man, yes. And it's so hard to do when you are a person who gives naturally. Yeah. It's tough to protect yourself. It's tough to kind of safeguard your mental state, your mental health when you're supporting other people. But we do it, and we do it givingly, and we do it lovingly, and we do it without question. And I think for those people who are highly empathetic, then there is even more of a need to safeguard yourself and to put in boundaries, especially because you need to have something to hold back for yourself.
Yeah.
And when you are constantly picking people up, inadvertently, you don't do it on purpose, that's just the type of person you are, you can find yourself being kind of empty sometimes.
Yeah.
And they call it, what is it? Is it empathy void or something along those lines? I have to find out what it is, or compassion tired or something like that. But it's difficult because you want to give. I mean, I was in a Waitrose of a day, and literally some rice nearly fell on my head from a woman reaching up and grabbing some packet rice. Yes, packet rice, people. Life is too short to be boiling rice sometimes, you know what I'm saying? And she nearly dropped my head. And we 25 minutes later, this woman has told me about her whole life and how difficult things are for her and how difficult things have been for us all for the past 2 years. And it was in Waitrose. In the middle of Waitrose. Wow. And we had a connection in that 20 minutes that left me feeling really kind of happy that I've imparted some kind of knowledge that might be able to help her.
Yeah.
But also, again, I've given something. And all I went to do was go to Waitrose. Do you know what I mean? So I love the fact that you've picked up on that need and to understand our boundaries and to understand that.
Is that a lesson, do you think we have to all learn the hard way?
Yes. I think
we're not going to listen, are we?
No.
And if you're listening to this and you're in that mindset that you will get hit by it.
Yeah, you will.
So actually, it's a better question. What is the best approach when they inevitably realize it?
Being aware. That's all. Because, like I said, I would never have wanted not to have had that interaction. That's who I am as a person. So I can't not be who I am. But also, I understand that in and of itself needs me to retrospectively put some time in and go, right, okay, well, I've just had that. How am I feeling about it? All right, actually, that one weren't too deep. It was all right. Do you know what I mean? And carry on with your day. So yeah, I love the fact that you're kind of bringing up that need to take that awareness.
Yeah, no, it's not. Well, I didn't bring it up. It's these amazing guests that come on and incite their wisdom on us, or their poetry, or their, whatever's going on.
Yeah, but it is that one human interaction, that one human connection that we all share, right? Yeah. All of us share that. I think what we sometimes lack is the understanding that within those human connections, we have the capacity to give and do something really powerful with our outlook. And actually, it's interesting because you said something the other day which I found really interesting, Alex, when we was in the house. No, it wasn't anything like that. Actually, it gave me time to kind of think, because these past 2 years have absolutely battered me.
Yep.
Like they have an awful lot of people. And I used to be, or I would understand prior to Vid rearing its ugly head, that I was the most optimistic person you'd ever come across. I was always glasses half full all the time, and actually it drained me. We won an award last year for giving for doing our courses online for free. We really did hold up the community in terms of mental health.
You did phenomenal things.
Thank you. We did amazing work, but it drained me. I had nothing left. And back end of last year, well, maybe July last year, I felt it a lot. I felt it very profoundly. Took to my bed, watched an awful lot of Narcos, banging film. Sorry, I know it's random.
No, it is good,
but I love that. But, and for me, it was complete escapism. It wasn't anything to do with real life. It kind of, and I stayed there for a while. But I was hibernating. I was, withdrawing my strength. And you said to me in Bohemia a couple of weeks ago, but last week on Monday, I think it was with Paul. And you said to me, Danielle, getting that mojo back.
Yeah,
get that fire back.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my God. I didn't realise that outwardly it had affected me so much.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
It was like every time I spoke to you when you were in that mood, it was like asking my nan if she was all right. It's like you never ask your nan if she's all right. You tell, well, my knee's going.
Exactly.
No, I'm joking. But
But yeah, it was, and it was like, gosh. And I did some reflection on that. I really did focus. And another friend of mine, Jolene, I love you, my darling. I love you. She said to me, Danielle, instead of thinking about everything all of the time, you're overwhelmed when you're busy, you've got stuff to do. Break it down to an hour at a time.
Yeah.
An hour, not a day, but an hour. And I swear to goodness, best piece of advice that I have ever heard. One step. And then I started to go, right, okay, let's get this back. And this for me is just amazing. So, looking forward, not looking backwards, staying present and understanding that, your impact is the first step in that. 2022, let's bring it.
Oh, I love this. Yes. It's a lovely comment here. Lynn, always putting your own oxygen mask first. By looking after our own mental health, we can continue helping others.
Absolutely.
Fundamental.
Always, yeah.
Do I get a coffee when I come late? No. You only get a coffee if you come on time. Because I want to find, we've got tight schedule here, really tight schedule, but I look forward to seeing you.
Bring your own coffee. Fine.
Yeah.
It's all right.
So,
actually.
okay, fine. So let's set the scene then for mental fitness. I've been chucking that around for a couple of years and it seems to be catching on. What does mental fitness mean to you?
Working on it. Like your physical fitness, right?
Yeah.
You've got to work on your physical fitness. It doesn't just exist.
What elements are there?
Elements are routine, finding something you like doing.
Helps,
yeah, absolutely. Because it's like fitness. Ask me to run. I ain't running for toffee. Like seriously, my husband's a runner. I love you, babes. But not me. I'm a lift, heavy weights in the gym kind of girl. But again, that's a way in which to maintain my physical fitness. Eating well, sleeping well, making sure that you are being aware of the things you've got to do. So in terms of mental fitness, there are categorically things you can do to keep yourself mentally well. And they might be things like staying off of social media all the time, information diet, absolutely. And kind of safeguarding your input, safeguard what you're consuming, right? Reading, doing things that makes your soul sing, connecting with nature, doing work that you really enjoy doing. And Max says, did someone...
I know, he loves running.
Sorry, not Mac. Is it Mac? Mac,
Todd,
each to their own, man. Todd, each their own. I'm not knocking it. It's just not my vibe, man. It's not
the information diet thing. So I said to Jam, I was really surprised. Obviously, I did my digital detox, and then the following Friday when I got back, I got a digital well-being report on my phone every week that tells me spent time on, how many unlocks and stuff like that, and it says this week you spent 60 hours. More than the previous week on your phone, and I'm literally just stopped me. That's normal for me. It's normal for most people. I think that's probably about the average. I don't know what the average is, but I don't know what the average is. It's probably about 6 to 8 hours a day for a lot of people. If you are someone who has to spend most of the time communicating through social media or through email or whatever, but I was just like, wow, that's a lot.
That is a lot. Do you remember when we did the the social media day, and we talked about people whose job this is. How do they safeguard themselves when they say job to be on socials? It's their job to be pushing that agenda for their clients, also for themselves. And there were some fantastic tips from those guys, and that's what they do for a living, right? So it doesn't surprise me. You're right. 6 to 8 hours. I mean, I've got an app.
You have that,
on my
phone.
What?
Do you know there's over 1,000? Do you know there's over 1,000 apps that are designed to stop us using apps?
That's saying something.
That's weird.
Yeah, but I guess it's in order to help us make our own decisions because.
But you must be able to bypass it.
Of course I can. And sometimes if I'm like in mid Instagram post and it says you've got 1 minute left on your, I'm like, forget that. Like I'm in the middle of doing something. So I'll get rid of it and I'll carry on. But I think like you said, when it shows your consumption, for me, it's, actually, Danielle, I've been on there for an hour. My Instagram's set for an hour a day. And I try to stick to that. If I'm doing something, then obviously I'll bypass it. But it's to remind you, it's that whole...
it's a problem.
Because it's designed to keep you scrolling, right? And to jump down rabbit holes. And so from that point of view, But so lots of things can constitute somebody's mental fitness. I think it just depends on the person, the individual, what you're doing, what your outcomes are, what your goals are. But always be aware that it's something that needs constant work.
Yeah.
Constant work.
And that's fine. It's not there's no end. There's no finish line.
No, and I think in today's society, when we're constantly being told what to do by things, well, you should do this or you should do that, and you should do this for this long, and it becomes very kind of prescriptive, and life isn't prescriptive. No. So actually, does it feel good?
Yeah. That's all that matters.
Yeah, does it feel good? Does it feel? Are you feeling that this is a positive? And if it is, continue doing it, maybe. And for some people, that might be scrolling on Facebook, or because actually, for some people,
positive
engagement. But if it doesn't make you feel good,
that's basically the measure for everything.
Yeah, man, absolutely. Yeah, for sure.
Todd's said removing the cokes from TV was the best decision for my mental health I've ever made. Yeah, so he has no TV. Yeah, absolutely no TV.
Wow, yeah.
So I'm like that. I don't do TV.
That's brave.
I don't do it. Unless I watch, I might watch something with purpose, i.e., like you say, like there's a really good series or something. Like I was addicted to Money Heist. I loved Money Heist. That was great.
Yeah.
But other than that, I don't turn the TV on for turning the TV on for sake. Yeah.
Yeah, you do it
I won't do that.
With intention.
Always with purpose.
Yeah.
I'm turning it on because I did that. That's one downside of digital detox. I was sat in the cabin and I've already walked the dogs. I've been for a run. We've chilled out. We've done there was nothing else to do. Walked to the pub and back.
Yeah.
And it's like 2:00. So you're okay. Well, I turned the telly on.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, 4 hours later, I've watched every bloody game show there is on terrestrial TV, which is just as dangerous.
Well, I guess. But then again, I'm always kind of going to advocate for whatever works for the individual, right?
Yeah.
Because I will sit, like I said before, when it all went a bit tits up for me, excuse my language.
Yeah.
I needed that. I needed the escapism of the constant responding.
But it's only in that moment.
In that moment, yes. Yeah. But then I love TV. My husband and I were talking about that the other day. Like, I'm a big film fan. I love TV. I love talking about it. And when I'm on my courses, I'm talking about it from a mental health point of view and also from a physical first aid point of view. So it's kind of involved in my life and I find it interesting. But then I'm in a band, I sing, I read. I think I've got
You've got all sorts.
Yeah, I've got all sorts going on. But I love television and I love what it can provide for me.
That's the thing. I love gaming.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm a gamer.
I'm crap at gaming.
I've heard stories.
Really bad. I wish, although we've got The Witcher. My husband plays The Witcher. We watched The Witcher.
Phenomenal.
See, I watched it on TV and was inspired to get the game, and he'll be kind of playing and I'm going, go left, babe, you got to go left, go collect that stuff because it can make an elixir or so it's quite fun for him and I to game together.
I think gaming's one of the most underrated education tools that we have in the world.
What about FIFA though?
FIFA's not that good. FIFA teaches you gambling.
What about and teaching you that you can lose it? Like,
well, yeah, you get rage.
Yeah, my son plays FIFA, and I'm like, babe, how are you enjoying this? It doesn't look like you're enjoying it.
I broke many doors. And pads. In fact, this pad. Oh, there's a pad up there that's broken because of FIFA, for sure.
I was I was training the other day on a physical first aid course. See, we talk about a lot of things on my courses, and we were talking about gaming and TV and films and stuff. And I was talking about FIFA, and one of the guy was saying, yeah, I've broken off controllers from FIFA. And I'm like, what, as an adult? He's like, yeah. It's like, how am I supposed to tell my son off? He's 14. How am I supposed to tell him off when you grown-ass men are like breaking stuff?
Oh, it's designed to get us raging. I've not seen us in football stands.
Don't, I know.
Brings the worst out of us.
Yeah, it does. I was speaking to a guy the other day, about that.
Nice release. A bit of anger every now and again.
Oh, well, anger is a very necessary emotion. It's just what we do with it that counts.
Well, yeah, there is that. But no, I think games like gaming or approach to gaming, gamification of life is great. FIFA, I have issues with these games mainly for the gambling side of things.
Yeah,
the whole
packs and stuff. Yeah.
I've got no issue if I buy something. I know what I'm getting. That's fundamental for me. When I'm buying a pack on a 0.01% chance of getting a Ronaldo or a Charizard or whatever. Yeah. That's teaching kids gambling.
It is. When Sebastian, my baby, sorry, he's not listening to this. He's 14. Yes, he's my baby. They're always my babies. And he used to play a game called something Monsters. And the game was designed to bring you back. So like you'd open an egg or something, and then you'd have to go back within 16 hours, because it hatches or something like that.
Yeah, it's like a Tamagotchi, but like on a game.
Yeah, and I was like, so he's got to now go back.
Oh, yeah.
To go and get it. So he'd be like, Mom, and your sweaty little finger. He's like, 6.
Gotta get on.
Oh, yeah, I've got to go. And I'm like, no, you're not getting on, because my children are under strict time restraints. We've got all sorts of kind of barriers on their tech and stuff. And he hated it. And I was like, he's only 5 or 6 or however old he was. And it was kind of a bit, didn't really like that.
No, I think there are different types of games that can benefit, and they don't all have to be like rubbish. Like
RPGs, I love them.
Yeah, they are the best for it. MMOs, which is like massive multiplayer online. Like so there's a guy who works here, Elliot.
Yes.
Met.
Yes.
And when we recruited him, so he's on a Kickstart scheme. When I shared his story, I don't know, maybe someone from the Kickstart scheme won't be so appreciative of it, but anyway, I listened for a while about, we'd had normal chats at interview, and I didn't show him this until 3 months after he'd been here. All I wrote down was Guild Wars.
Okay, that's an MM.
It's a game. He was a guild leader.
Oh wow!
So
that
in that
big.
world,
I don't know what it is, but it sounds really good.
Like I was World of Warcraft gamer for a long time. Like when I say I gamed, 380 days game time. Like I was like heavy. And when you're running a guild, you've got to recruit. You've got to market, you've got to plan, you've got to strategize, you've got to lead, because you're taking like 40 gamers into like this raid boss. You've got to wipe out for weeks on end, and you've got to pick everyone back up. That's life.
Yeah, it's hard.
And that is, and there's lessons. And I'm trying to explain to young people that actually gaming is you lean into those skills. It's a bit like the stuff we were talking about with Cat Bud, obviously with drug dealers. They can't put the skills that they've learned from marketing, negotiation, the things that are life skills they can't write down on a CV. Trying to inspire young people to say, actually, if you're a gamer, celebrate that, but make sure you understand how it links into.
It does. It's life experience, isn't it? And it's a very valid point you make there. But maybe not FIFA.
Maybe not FIFA. So let's have a little look on the comments here, because people were here. You got a good time. Thanks for joining us, everyone. Like, really, really appreciate it. Like, a massive appreciation. And I'll do a check after the next speaker. I'll do a check on the fundraising, but before the speakers, we're at £2,125.
Nice. Wow, that's amazing.
Like super, super amazing. Luke, I'm trying to have a 9:30 p.m. cutoff point for my phone. I think that's a great thing to do. Absolutely. Lynn, welcome back, Lynn. You joined me for the start and you come back. Appreciate it. I love TV, but need to stick to good dramas and ditch crap game shows.
Yeah.
TV genuinely makes me happy.
I'm exactly the same. Although I'm a bit of a, I don't like really kind of, and this is going to go down like lead balloon, right? But those reality TV shows with the Love Islands and I'd start to think psychologically, and I'm like, don't really like where this is going. So don't like those game shows, Lynn. I'm with you there, but good quality dramas, life experiences and stuff.
I remember when Big Brother first came out. as a social experiment,
I'm
it
with
was
you there, Alex.
phenomenal.
But I think it was brilliant.
And then
But
they went all.
Then they went. Then it just went
where you saw my
disgusting.
post about The Apprentice.
Well, no, exactly, right. But then my husband and I used to love watching. Come Dine with Me.
Yeah.
Come Dine with Me when it first came out was very interesting. I'm a big foodie. I love food. I love cooking and seeing what people would make.
Yeah.
But then they decided to go and look through people's drawers and
it got weird.
stuff like that. It's just like, stop. We're not stupid. Well, I'd like to think. Do you know what I mean? And but the more people watch it, it's sensationalism. It's it's clickbait.
It's
that whole
It's all clickbait.
So yeah, I don't like none of that. But yeah, good quality TV dramas. Downton Abbey.
Come on, now.
Banging. Oi, don't knock it, mate.
I don't know. I'm not going to knock it. Mr. Whitney, my son William was so good at FIFA when he was in infant school. I used to play him. He used to score own goals on purpose to make the game competitive. Great memories. Thanks, guys. That was lovely. Love Island with Danielle, my idea of heaven.
Oh wow!
Look at that.